Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very good day to everyone. Today in this video, I'm going to introduce you the KAED new course assessment form for us to fill in at the end of this semester. Okay, there are two types of KAED course assessment form, which are course assessment form for course with exam and course assessment form for course without exam. Okay, let me introduce you the first form first, which is the course assessment form with exam. So this is the form, yeah. And then in this Excel file, there are three sheets at the bottom here, if you can see. Okay, so the first sheet here is the assessment form itself. The second sheet is the appendix. Okay, where we need to fill in the number of students who pass and fail. Okay, and then the third sheet is the appendix 2, which is the list of the PLOs of each program. Okay, so if you need to refer to the PLOs, you can refer to appendix 2. Okay, let us start with the assessment form first, which is in the first sheet. Okay, in the first sheet here, the first part is the course information. So here we need to state the name of course, course code, session, total number of students, course instructor, report date, percentage of CAM, and percentage of final examination. Okay, after that is the next section, which here is the information on the course learning outcome and how it match with the PLOs, and what are the assessment components for each CLO, and also the marks distribution for each assessment component. Okay. In this section, okay, there are some boxes that have been colored with gray. Okay. So for these boxes, you cannot put anything in these boxes. Okay, because these boxes have been formularized. Okay, I've inserted formula in there. So if you disturb that, it will disturb the formula that has been inserted in each box. Okay. Okay, for the CLO, okay, for the CLO, PLO, and course assessment component, okay, this one, you actually can refer to the course plan that we have prepared at the beginning of the semester. Okay. So from there, we can just cut and paste the information and put it back in here. Right. The next section is the attainment level of course outcome. Okay, so this box, the purpose is to see the level attained for each CLO for the course. Okay, the gray areas are the areas that you cannot put anything. Okay, so this area is where, okay, just now I've shown you the appendix, right? So whatever percentage that you put in the appendix will be brought forward to this box. Okay, so it will automatically appear in here. So that's why you don't have to put anything in these gray areas. And the level attained also will appear automatically, whether the level attained is high, moderate, or low. And the high or moderate or low level of attainment is based on this grading system, okay? Which is, for high, it is between 70% to 100% student pass the CLO. Moderate is 20% to 69% student pass the CLO. And low level is when the student pass the CLO is 30% and below. Okay, so it will automatically appear in here. Okay, for this area, okay, there is some there is something that you need to do. Okay, okay, in a situation where your components, okay, for CLOs not merely include CAM or examination. For example, CLO1, CLO2 include both CAM and examination, but suddenly CLO3 only includes CAM, CLO4 only includes examination. So for that situation, you need to change some of the formula. Okay, Okay, but don't worry, it's just a simple thing that you need to do. So I put some note here. Change the formula to 100 if the CLO is based on either CAM or examination only. Okay, for example, in percentage pass column, this column, okay, you have to change the 200 in the formula. Okay, I'll show you the formula. So this is the formula. Okay, so this one. Okay, so the 200 change to 100. Okay. So why? Because the passing mark here, the passing percentage here, the original formula I put here is based on CAM and examination. Okay, 100 from CAM and 100 from examination. So that's why it is per 200. Okay, but if your CLO only includes either CAM or examination only, so that's why you need to change 200 to 100 because your assessment is based on one type of uh, component only, which is CAM or examination. Okay. Okay, so that is the third section. The next section is your name, signature as the course instructor, and if you want to give your feedback, okay, you can do so in this box, and also the date. And the next section is the section where the head of department can give her or his comment for your achievement. Yeah? Okay, so that is the first sheet. The second sheet, the appendix. Yeah? So in this appendix, the first section A is for marks distribution. So here we need to include what is the mark, what is the total marks for CAM, what is the total percentage for CAM. For example, here I put here 60%. So for example, if your CAM, the total marks from your assignments, from your quizzes is more than, for example, 150 ke, 100 ke, 120 ke. Okay, so you just put the total marks here. Same with final examination. If, for example, if you have 6 questions, one question is 20 marks. So total marks is 120. So you just put 120 here. And the percentage of final examination allocation for the course. And also here you need to put, you need to state the number of students for the course. Okay, the next section B is the mapping of CAM distribution to CLO and student achievement. So here, we need to fill in the type of assessment, and also if you have a sub question in the assessment, you have to fill in this box. Okay, for example, assignment, you have two assignment, assignment number 1, assignment number 2. Okay, so here you can put assignment number 1, and in assignment number 1 you have 2 questions. Okay, you can put assignment number 1, 2 questions, question 1, question 2, and after that, you fill in the CLO. For example, question number 1 for assignment number 1 is under CLO number 1. Okay, so you just need to fill in the marks here. How many marks allocated for that question, and how many students pass the assignment given, the question given, and how many students fail the question given. Okay, the pass and fail is determined by the marks achieved by the student. For example, if you have 100 marks, okay, so if your student achieve more than 50 marks, 50 marks and above is considered pass, 50 marks and below, 49 marks and below is considered fail. Okay, so after you fill in all of these boxes, okay, for example, assignment 1, question 2 is for under CLO2. Okay, so you just fill in. So after you fill in all of these boxes, the gray area here that has been formularized will generate how, what is the percentage for each CLO. For example, here, if you put marks in this box, okay, so it will generate how many questions that you allocated for CLO number 1, okay, and what is the percentage, okay, for CLO number 1, and also you will know how many student, okay, what is the percentage of student pass CLO number 1, and how many student pass fail CLO number 1, okay. So the rest also similar lah to what I've explained to you just now, okay. And this box is the total percentage for camp. Okay, for example, if your camp is 60%, so whatever number here, it will generate the percentage here. So make sure if your camp is 60%, the number here is also 60%. If you got different number, it means that there are some errors in the way you fill in this form. Yeah. Okay. The next section is the mapping of examination question to CLO and student achievement. So in this section is where we will analyze our examination question and achievement of our student. So what we need to do, we state the number of questions, and if you have sub question, you can state in this column. And for each sub question, you just fill in what is the marks allocated and student achievement. How many students pass, how many students fail. Okay. The same also applies to other CNOs. Okay, after that, the gray area which has been formularized will generate how many students or how many questions asked for CLO number 1 in this examination, and what is the percentage for CLO number 1 based on the questions given, and how many students in terms of percentage pass CLO number 1, and how many students in terms of percentage fail CLO number 1. Alright, and this percentage, okay, this number, okay, will be brought to attainment level in the first sheet. Okay, so that's why whatever number that you put in the white area here, okay, it will generate the percentages here, and then that will be brought forward to the attainment level of course outcome here. Okay, and automatically you will know the level attained for each CLOs. Okay, for the level attained for each CLO. Alright, the next thing that you need to do is to print it out and then put it in the working file. Okay, this is for course assessment form for subject with exam. Okay, for course without exam, so this is the form, okay? We have different form for course assessment form without exam. Similarly, this form has 3 sheets as well, similar to the course assessment form with exam. Okay, the first sheet is the assessment form. Okay, you need to fill in the course information as usual. The next box is the mapping of the course learning outcome to PLOs, course assessment components, and marks distribution. So here you need to fill in how many marks that you allocated for each assessment component. Okay. Similarly, the gray area will generate the marks for you. Okay, and then the next box is the attainment level. Okay, similar to what I've explained to you. But in this form, you don't have to do anything about the formula. Okay, macam tadi kita kena buat some changes if the assessment is only based on either examination or camp. But in this situation, in this form, because the assessment is solely based on coursework given to the students, so you don't have to do anything. Okay, so the gray area, don't put anything, so you just work on the white area. So if you want to justify why the level attained is low, why the level attained is moderate, you can put some remarks in these boxes. And the next section is similar, course instructor feedback and also the course coordinator feedback. Alright, the next sheet is the appendix. In the first section, section A, you need to fill in the total marks for the courseworks and also the percentage. Here I've already included for you, total percentage is 100%. And you have to fill in the number of students. And in section B, this is where we need to fill in the type of assessment, how if the assessment um, is breakdown into sub questions. So we need to fill in this column and fill in the marks given for each question in the assessment component, and also how many pass and how many student failed, the number of students we need to fill in. Okay, automatically the formula will generate the percentage for you, which will be brought forward to the attainment level, and the level attained will automatically appear in here. Okay, so that's all for introduction to course assessment form for course with exam and course without exam. Thank you.